On Assignment Report, we take up one of the most crucial issues facing military vets who served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The issue of appropriate care for post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, refers to the emotional and psychological wounds that prevent returning vets from participating fully in their daily lives. Pain most of us will never know.
How do you help someone who has such deep grief and sorrow and depression? I mean, you can't medicate that. That doesn't help anything.
Tom Voss shed his military uniform in 2006 after coming back from the front lines in Iraq.
We were attacked, almost every day. IEDs, car bombs, small arms fire. And, those things just kind of build up in your system, over a while.
The experience behind him, he now focused on moving forward.
For me, it was getting a full-time job, going to school full-time, getting my own apartment, doing all these things that I thought I needed to do to kind of fit back in.
But moving forward was a challenge, because moving on meant not dealing with the horrors he'd been a part of in Iraq.
Sometimes those things that you do are against your morals or who you are as a person.
It's another part of post-traumatic stress disorder. Tom calls it moral injury.
You say, if I wasn't in the military, I would never do these things. So that's when you have the grief and the guilt and, the sadness and the depression.
And he says the medications and medical advice he was given from the Veterans Hospital didn't seem to work.
Reflecting back on it, I wasn't in any situation or any condition to be even taking medication in the first place. I mean, I had issues that I needed to work through without them.
And he wasn't alone.
After a while, I recognized I was having to take more and more and more to get the same
You built up an intolerance.
Oh, without a doubt.
Anthony Anderson served 2 tours in Iraq. He got out in 2008 and faced the same issues as Tom. Prescription drugs from the VA to fix the problems. Both realized they needed a different solution.
Good luck, boys. Thank you.
That's when they set out to help themselves and possibly other vets who are broken from the weight of war. 12 News was there as their journey began, and with them along the route. The journey crisscrossed the country, Milwaukee to Los Angeles. Along the way, they met fellow veterans and family members of vets, faced miles of open road, and dealt with their demons by walking.
It kind of opens up different channels that you can kind of think clearer. For me, I was able to assess, what happened to me when I was deployed and how I'm going to handle that moving forward.
The Veterans Trek became a national rally cry of sorts, people following them online and on the ground.
There were people that would let us stay at their homes for multiple days.
At times, they'd speak to one another about what they were thinking and feeling. Other times, they'd be a mile apart, each working out their issues.
One of the things that I tried to work on the trek was I had a lot of guilt around the death of my platoon sergeant because I was given the day off. And they came back and they told me that my platoon sergeant had been killed in action.
Both Tom and Anthony admit there's no perfect fix for PTSD, but say the Veterans Trek was an alternative and changed their lives forever.
When you put it all in perspective and you look back on it and you say, what did I really learn? I think I just kind of learned how to feel stuff again, how to feel emotions, and then how to apply those things and be happy.
It's an alternative way to tackle the PTSD issue that is overwhelming the veteran community and the very medical centers created to help them.
If we personify the VA, it's a sick patient. It is. It can't even get the help it needs for itself. Yet it's the main, player in the game for veteran care.
Anthony says the VA needs to look beyond prescriptions and entertain alternative treatments for PTSD. Things like yoga and meditation are working outside of the VA system to help vets through the effects of PTSD. Anthony says the VA needs to write itself a prescription to try these alternatives.
I think they need to listen to the veterans. When the veterans say this is what we need, I think the VA has to be willing to put aside their prejudice on saying, now we know better, or our experience says this. It's the veterans' experience. That's what should be driving care.
In the meantime, Anthony and Tom are looking for funding for their Vets Trek project, offering others the chance to take 25, 50, or 100-mile treks to work through PTSD.
We want to just give the opportunity to be able to be with other veterans who share similar experiences. Get out of the city, get out of your, your hole for a little bit, and release some of this stuff.
Now, we aren't the only ones to follow Tom and Anthony's journey. Their trek was shadowed by a documentary crew. Some of the clips you saw in this story actually are from the documentary entitled Almost Sunrise, which is being edited as we speak. It's expected to premiere in Milwaukee. That launch will also coincide with the launch of other veteran treks to help veterans here and across the entire country. You can also find out more about Veterans Trek by going to their website, veteranstrek.com. We've put a link to it in this story on WISN.com. And I do want to thank Tom and Anthony for sharing their experience. It's difficult for them to be able to obviously go back to those times, but they've learned many skills on ways to deal with PTSD. It's an amazing situation. We hope we can help other vets.
They talk about their journey and, of course, the bigger issue of VA hospitals and